have not been playing well. Are they in a crisis? Some people might say yes because they've lost 2 games in a row. But when you really think about it as well and you look at it in another direction, you might say, okay, maybe it's a development stage that they're going through. Maybe they're working on some of the things that needs to understand. And maybe there is an opportunity for these players to understand each other, how to play the game, how to move the ball, and that's what they're working on. And also maybe the manager is trying to maybe integrate something in the players who cannot understand, which might force him to go back to the ways he was playing. Or maybe we can say most of the players in that Liverpool squad are not yet on form. They're still struggling to find their way to be back into full fitness so that they start performing. So many maybes. But is that the reality? Let's talk about it. Hello, guys. Welcome back to another video. This is Football Connect. I'm your Sam, and we're back again with another one. Let's talk about what the Pundit had to say about Liverpool's performance against Galatasaray, in relation to what happened against Crystal Palace. So, Jamie Carragher, being on top of it, came on and said that they are playing a basketball match. This Liverpool team have not been playing well. They've not been performing well. And he's saying that drastic changes have to be made with this team, like so Florian Wirtz has to be dropped because they're making the team not strong. Maybe if Slot goes back to his ordinary way of playing, that could help the team. There were also some things which were said. So many things were said about the Liverpool team, and I get it. You cannot fight. You have to understand the reality is this team is not playing well. It doesn't matter how we look at it on hindsight or however we are seeing it. The fact of the matter, they're not playing well. They won 5 games, not deservedly to win according to some people, but there's some people that are saying that that's how champions are made of. But on the other side, they are not playing so well. 2 points on top of the league as we speak right now. They are still the champions, but not playing well. So the problem is this, and this is really important. The problem is this. I understand when teams are not playing well. I get it when teams needs to be questioned over what they're offering and how the games are going. That makes sense. It has to happen one way or the other in the football games that we really cover and analyze so many times. Sometimes you have to question the way your team is taking the games, the way they are performing, and how they are handling themselves in the games. That is always important in football. But my problem comes in when people start to use, and this is the confusing part, when people start to use what I call a dopamine minute analysis. We are now in a world of football where we judge teams, we judge players in just a short period of time because we have this dopamine that is given in us because we are excited over how their team is performing, and we just say, okay, he's not fit, he's not performing like his team, so he's crap. He's not world class because he's not performing. He's shit. He doesn't deserve to be. And that's the thing that has been happening so much in some of the Liverpool signings. That's the thing that has been happening. I understand from the rivals, but when you see your own fan bases doing it, it's confusing. Like, for example, Jamie Carragher saying that Florian Wirtz needs to be dropped because he has not been playing well. And the Arne Slot goes back to the basics with the team he used to work with the midfield he used to work with, and play like we expect him to do so. But guess what? The reason why we bought Florian Wirtz is because we talked about this and we have been making sound of this thing, especially in the summer. We kept on repeating this. This Liverpool team have not been performing well. The reason why they've not been getting their best, what we wanted to see from them, because they don't have a creative spark in the squad. They don't have somebody who can create something out of nowhere. It was Trent Alexander-Arnold, but guess what? He's in Real Madrid now, and of course, we're not going to look for another right back who can be a creative one, because there's no one who does it like Trent, and that is the honest truth that everyone we can all agree on. No one can do it like Trent. So what did the team do? Let us introduce that personality, the player we are looking for, into or in a player like Florian Wirtz, a creator from the mid, and try to help out with the team. And that's why we go get him. So Jamie Carragher, the other people are talking about this. Let's get Wirtz out of the team. Who is going to be the creative spark that Liverpool has? So many questions which need answers there. You have to understand, for example, the players like Alexander Isak have not gotten the preseason. They are not fit, match fit, ready for the Liverpool, and they're starting to understand they have to learn the new teammates in the situation while they're already active on games. And also on top of that, things are happening on the other side because injuries are also taking place. Let me tell you something. People have to understand they are saying that Florian Wirtz had an entire pre-season and stuff like that. We expect him to be at a better stage. But the problem, who was he creating for in those pre-season? The players he was playing with are the players who were preparing to leave the club. I'm talking of Luis Diaz. I'm talking of Downers. They were preparing to leave the club. Hugo Ekitike only came in when we were left with the last two games, which were going to be played in Anfield. He did not even play. I think he played maybe the first 30 minutes in the last game, which was being played in the Asia camp. Then he moved on to the last two games which were being played, and the season had begun. That is not enough preparation with somebody who's going to be creating for you. Somebody has to understand the way you play, how he can wake up with you, and how he can get the best of you and himself in the same process. And on top of that, still trying to fit into the new team. That's what Florian Wirtz is dealing with. If there are people who really are willing to listen and understand how football works, that's what our new striker is dealing with. There is an Alexander Isak in the team, and I can tell you he's gonna be very good. But in terms of the passes, he has not gotten enough game time. I'm surprised of people who are counting how many times he's failing. The guy has not even yet played a 90-minute game for Liverpool, a 90-minute game. Eketike has. Eketike scored goals because of the way he's playing, because of how the other players are. But it's gonna take time for the team player who we want to see producing, actually being able to fit in and help the team going forward. And I know it's irritating, it's taking time. I know he's gonna get better. So I'm not gonna join in into the camp which is forcefully by senior players. You played in an era where social media was not this dominant, which everything that we are saying, every player is watching it and it's affecting them somewhere, somehow. That's what they're dealing with. You have to understand the British media, when it comes to football, it's very loud. It's very loud that everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Of course, it tells you how big and how broad the whole entire industry has grown and how it is all over the world. It is very loud that somebody, as far as where I am, I'm already reacting to it. And that's what we are dealing with. I understand that this whole entire pressure also, it's also going straight into Florian Wirtz's face. It somehow, somewhere, it's affecting him, and it's gonna get better. He will understand the team. He will understand his position, and also because of the panic mode and everything that is happening, it's forcing the managers to keep moving him from left to right to different positions to try to see how he can get the best out of the player. But that's not the reality of football, people. The reality we are looking for is for this player to get enough game time to understand how to work with this team, and for his teams to understand how to pass to him, how to set up, how to get in the right position for him, so that we can get the best out of Florian Wirtz. If that happens, I'm telling you, we'll talk a different story from this. So what am I saying? I'm not worried. Say whatever you're gonna say the nonsense you're gonna say, make so much noise you're gonna say. We signed a superstar, and the superstar needs time to get better to actually perform. Yes, defensively there's a problem, but if you look at defensively, it's more to do with the players and the personnel back there than actually what's happening in the midfield. People are quick to judge the midfield because now the midfield has to play a role which is different. They need to cover not only for one but for both left backs, because for both uh, left and right backs, because those are new players that still are trying to fit in, which means Gravenberch is having it a problem to cover at the right back as well as the center. We always knew that the right side was the weak point for Liverpool, but now it has changed. It's a bit of all, and it's gonna take time, people. We're gonna have to need to be very careful with the way we analyze and actually understand where the football is going, understand where the game is going before we say words. So I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think of all the things that is happening? My analysis of everything that is happening, and what do you think of Florian Wirtz? Because he feels like he's the guy who's been attacked the most by anyone else. I don't know. And please, chill on putting and looking sideways when it comes to the manager. That man is going to surprise you. Like the video, subscribe to Connect. I'll see you another one. We are out. Peace. Subscribe to Connect. I've literally made an entire video and I'm actually learning. I've not even talked about Salah, how terrible he has been because he's still trying to understand his new players and teammates. I kept repeating the same thing. I'm out.